the way from Colombia, Red Bull Freestyle Champion, DJ Foe is going to show you some moves. Up on the new DDJ1000. This is a brand new controller that we just announced today, or actually at the beginning of NAMM. So let's take a look at what makes this DDJ1000 very special. You'll notice the very first thing on here is that we have full-size jog wheels. Now these are the same jog wheel component that comes off the Nexus 2002. It's not a remake, it's not a smaller version, it's actually the full-size jog platter that's off of a Nexus 2. Inside of that, you're going to see a full-on display, and we're going to get into a little bit of the details of that display on the next slide here. But moving down, we have a full DJM style effects on this mixer. Now one thing to notice about this mixer is that not only is it controlling Rekordbox DJ, but if you unplugged it from the computer, you would actually have a full 4-channel standalone mixer with DJM effects and full color effects on there. The controller also has 2 USB ports, so you can hot swap in between 2 different DJs in order to make a smooth transition. What you saw Foe doing on there was what's called keyboard mode. So he's taking a hot cue and then able to play that with pitch play or tone play up and down on any sort of scale that he'd like. And then also on this controller you have key sync and key shift. So you can hit key sync and all your tracks will play back in harmonic perfection, or you can hit key shift and pick and choose what different key you want your track to be in. So let's take a look closer at what's inside of the jog display. So inside of the jog display you have a rotation display. You can see the BPM of the track. You can see the waveform. Beat Scaler is going to show you the countdown of how many beats until your next hot cue is coming in. You can see the artwork. You can see what deck is selected, whether you're on 1 and 3 or 2 and 4. Your tempo range, the time remaining on the track, and whether the track is sync or the master. Now let's take a look at the mixer section here. Now, this mixer just isn't a controller mixer. It's actually a full standalone mixer inside of a controller. So it has 14 different DJM effects, including 4 new effects. So we're gonna take a little listen to these new effects on there. So first is Enigma Jet. We're gonna have a little audio preview of that right here. So this is Enigma Jet. What it is basically a flanger with a pitch inside of it. And you can also control the parameters of all these effects with the on-screen display right there, using the up and down values in order to change the intensity of the effect. That actually isn't an echo, that was just me. So moving on, we have the Mobius Saw for those epic build-ups and those smooth breakdowns. So that's what you'd use for your build-up right there. So that was the Mobius Saw, which is kind of a hard edge saw sine wave, or saw wave that actually can go up or it can go down. And then we also have the Mobius Triangle, which is a little bit smoother. You get the point. So you can also use it to do downshifters as well. By moving the parameter on there, we can have it go down. And that was the Mobius saw right there. We also have a low cut echo. Low cut echo basically is an echo with a low cut. So not only do you get a mixer inside of the controller that controls everything coming out of the computer, but again, if you detach that from the laptop, you have a full standalone DJM style mixer that you can plug up the 4 sources into and add all those beat effects and all those color effects right there to any sort of line input going through. Now, one thing to note about this mixer and the controller and the jog wheels all together is the DDJ-1000. It has extremely low latency. It's actually 15 milliseconds of latency, which is the lowest latency of any controller currently on the market. You're supposed to put an effect, let's try that. Currently on the market. Dramatic effect. So DJ Fo from Columbia, Red Bull 3 style champion, is gonna hop on there, do a little bit of scratchy wiki, and show us how low latency this action is. I know you're thinking I'm gonna rap, but I'm not gonna. Gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up for DJ Fo from Columbia. Again, that was our presentation for the DDJ-1000, brand new controller. It's out here in some